Stuck creating a new pattern? Feeling lost coming up with new ideas? Hard to learn a new sound? I can relate to these situations. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I'm Nazca, 11 years old experienced beatboxer. I'm also a teacher / mentor, and I am a music producer. In this video, I will show you how you can overcome these situations using one simple rule to practice and to learn every day. Indeed, I felt a lot of frustration back in 2016-2019 when I was struggling a lot to improve while my friends qualified for the biggest battles at this moment. I only had one solution: to work seriously on my beatbox. Leading to our first point, which is to take beatbox seriously by prioritizing it in your life. Whatever your situation is, if you want to change, you must be ready to make a change. You are accountable for your current beatbox skills. I know life is sometimes unfair. Some people have musical abilities due to their environment, and some people have to work more than others to reach the same skills. And this is in no case an excuse not to be able to reach a very high level. There is a famous sentence said by Warren Buffett, which is, "An idiot with a plan can beat a genius without a plan." Your plan is to, number one, take the control over your life again, break free from addictions, stop junk food, eat healthy, sleep well, control the information going in your brain, meaning stop watching anxious news in social medias or at TV, but also step away from toxic people who don't believe in you, who discourage you to do what you want to do, and people telling you what they want you to do. If it's your family, it doesn't mean you have to be 100% away from them, but try to surround yourself with the people having the same goals as you and don't over-listen the toxic people around you. Number two is to take beatbox seriously if you want to go far in battles, for example, or if you want just beatbox to be your job. You have to set your mind to, okay, beatbox is my job, even if I'm not earning money yet out of it. Act like if beatbox or music in general is your job. This way you will set your own limits so you can dedicate time for beatbox and you won't let people eat your time for other things, for example. Taking beatbox seriously means you have to dedicate training sessions each day or almost each day depending on your schedule. Start with 15 minutes sessions every day and lengthen once it becomes a habit. Another thing you should implement in your plan is to dedicate time for learning, dedicate time for setting your goals, dedicate time to expand your knowledges, your experience by reading books, catching opportunities. The most important is to have fun in the process of learning, and to do that you can learn in the fields you love. For example, I love learning about music production, how music are arranged, how the music is created with the music theory, stuff like this. I also love looking for new techniques in beatbox. And I love taking inspiration in other fields like in stoicism, which helps me being a better person, being more benevolent to other people. I love reading about business, how to run a good business. There are so many concepts to so many other fields that it can be only beneficial for your own person and your beatbox, because actually your beatbox is a part of you, of your person. Let's now dig into the tip number 2, which is more a technical tip, being my method to create new patterns. Creating patterns is not as hard as you think. Let's make it in 2 steps. First step, understand how patterns are built. Look at how as simple as 2 + 2 it is. 99% of patterns are built in 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's bring a kick on beats 1 and 3 and a snare on beats 2 and 4. It makes what we call a quarter note rhythm because it has 4 notes, 4 sounds in one single bar. As we have space between each beat, we can subdivide the length of those. Divide the quarter note by 2 and you have an 8th note beat, which you can fill up with hi-hat. Divide it again by 2 and you have a 16th note beat. You can go further in ternary. If you divide a quarter note by 3, you have this, the triplets. And divide the quarter note by 6 and you have a sextuplet beat. Understand how simple it is? You have one beat that you can subdivide either by 2, by 3, by 4, or by 6. You can also go with 8 or 12 subdivisions, but let's stick to this right now. In short, the most common time subdivisions are the following: 8th note, 2 strokes per beat, 8th note triplets, 3 strokes per beat, 16th note, 4 strokes per beat, 16th note triplets, 6 strokes per beat, 32nd note, 8 strokes per beat, and 32nd note triplets, 12 strokes per beat. You can practice these time subdivisions through an exercise in my free course How to Get Rhythm that's available on my website. Link in description. Now that you know all the references of time subdivisions, the second step is to choose a subdivision of your choice to create a pattern. Let's try. I'm gonna take a basic 16th note pattern. And I replace some of the T sounds to create another pattern. I'll stick with the kicks being on beats 1 and 3 and the snares on beats 2 and 4. For example, once I have the groove I want, I can, for example, replace some of the sounds. With this process, I'm sure you will come up with new material and new patterns. This is how I can transform a pattern like to or transform a pattern like to Let's try now with the 16th note pattern. Which I can replace the sounds to get Let's make it very simple. I'll take the basic 16th note pattern, I'll make a variation on the second bar, I'll go back to the basic pattern on the third bar and go for the sextuplet roll in the fourth bar, making something like this. With this process, you can create any freestyle you like over the time, over the experience. Let's start from to If this video helps you, you can subscribe not to miss new videos like this. If you want also to go further in beatboxing, you can get my free Beatbox Training Kit covering topics like 25 rules to become a pro and solid beatboxers, 8 ideas for a beatbox training sessions. There is a basics training sheet, it is a workout document, all the information are in description. Time for the third tip, learn to learn. You must make learning a fun and exciting process. Create yourself a process on how you can learn a sound, for example in beatbox. My process is divided into 4 steps. Number 1, there is the information gathering. In the second place, we have an exploration practice, followed by a reinforcement practice. And the final process is about teaching the sound or the technique itself. Gathering information consists of watching tutorials, if there are, or asking friends how they do the sound. Then there is the exploration practice, which can be informal or formal, meaning that I can either training in dedicated training sessions, in which I will try different positions conscientiously to reach the sound. And the informal practice is to just have fun outside of the training sessions. Depending on the technique or the sound you will learn, one of the practice will be more effective than the other. In my experience, I've noticed that for some techniques, formal practice is much better, but sometimes informal practice can be more effective as well. So these two kinds of practice are essential for your beatbox. After this, I have the reinforcement practice. This step happens when I understood how to do the sound, but I can't replicate it all the time. It's not always clean or powerful. The reinforcement workouts come to strengthen the sound in order to master it and execute it right all the time with power and cleanliness. To reinforce, I usually go for two kinds of workout, being the isolation workout. I focus on the sound itself. For example, and rhythm workouts, for example, and my final process is to teach the sound. It helps reinforcing the understanding of it. And by experience, I noticed that once I taught the sound, I master it so much more that I can create evolutions of the sounds or new techniques with it. It is definitely a beneficial step. Learning is an art, training is an art. The processes are an art as much as painting, beatboxing, or creating music are. Read books on topics that inspire you. When I go to shop, I always look around if there is a book that can help me grow my mindset. It can be related to music, to social media's management, business, or psychology. Remember that people often stop learning after they finish their studies, and I think this is a huge mistake in life. It is a big mistake leading to stagnation. To be among the top 5 or top 1% of people who improve in their whole life, learn every day. Thank you for watching. You can leave a comment if you found this video helpful. You can also subscribe not to miss next videos like this. See you next time.